make a real quick video on a couple of things. So a lot of people's first question when I bear hunt is, you eat bear? To me, that's a crazy question because it's one of my favorite meats, super fatty, very good meat. But there's a couple of cuts that I really like that I think a lot of people overlook. Out of these quarters, the three things that I'm gonna eat the most of is gonna be sausage, the picanha, and what's called a flat iron steak. These are gonna come off these front and back, but a lot of people just grind the whole thing. For me, I like these cuts, so I figured I'd show you real quick, and I'm just gonna break these down. I'm gonna have 3 piles. I'm gonna have my ground, I'm gonna have my picanha, and I'm gonna have a flat iron steak. This right here is basically your sirloin. So you have the top sirloin and the bottom sirloin. This top sirloin right here with this big fat chunk, that's gonna be your picanha. And we're just gonna separate it right along this fat and on the bone. The reason steaks are steaks and certain cuts are certain cuts is it's always either a fat or a muscle that separates them out. So as you start to cut things, you're just following the dotted line. Okay, that one, I'm gonna keep all this bottom sirloin whole and just roll that off. You can use it for a roast or grind it up into sausage or whatever. This cap up here is what I'm really after right now. So this is going to be the difference on this one. I'm going to flip this over and do the same thing on this side, just so I can get that one out. Okay, so that is a really rough cut picanha. I'll trim this up, square it up, clean off a little bit of this. I would keep the fat, get rid of some of the silver skin, and this will make amazing steaks. Just slice it thin, however you normally cook steaks. For me, I sear this first, super hot, get a really nice crunch on the outside, sear it fat side down so all that fat kind of gets the crunch on it. Then I put it in the oven, fat side up, so that as it breaks down, all the fat comes back down into the meat. Bear, always take it to at least 150. I don't know the exact rules, but I take it to 150. You'll be fine. This bear was super clean eating grass. It's not gonna have any problems, but to be safe, don't do it rare. Okay, the rest of this, I don't eat a lot of roast, so I would probably turn it into hamburger, but this is a really good roast. You can grind and take to a sausage maker or just do it yourself and just get a little grinder off Amazon and grind it up, mix some jalapenos, cheese, whatever you're into. And that is a bottom sirloin roast. Clean it up, trim it up a little, cook it in some carrots, ready to go. This shank, there's really not much you can do with that besides hamburger. Okay, the only other important cut is off this front shoulder, and that's a flat iron steak. What the flat iron is over the top of that scapula, there's a little thin steak on there that actually, because it's not a connective tissue, it's not a muscle, so it can end up being super tender with really good fat in it and less muscle. It's just this little thing right here that covers, so it doesn't actually do a lot. Now the rest of this thing is gonna be tough. There's a lot of ligaments and all that. I just grind it all. But there's one little steak that's sitting over the top of that. It's kind of a hidden gem. It's like 2 little lumps, and that flat iron sits down in between them. Little whitetail over there just surprised herself. Okay, a little smaller than on a beef, but I really enjoy this cut. You're just gonna want to peel the silver skin off when you cook it. It's super thin, so on a bear that's important. You can get it cooked thoroughly the whole way. You can see it's got a lot of fat and not a lot of muscle, so it ends up being a really good cut.